Jalyn is a content creator I've been vocally critical of in the past. Just 2 weeks ago, I released a video criticizing them for how they so poorly managed a serious situation and presented themselves to be a hypocrite when they did the same thing they were criticizing people on Twitter for just hours prior. I won't bother to waste your time summarizing that whole video, so if you'd like to watch my previous video on them, it will be in the iCard. As a brief summary of the prior situation, Jalyn released tweets where they criticized people for making videos on a content creator having cancer just a few hours after his diagnosis was made public, which made it incredibly hypocritical when Jalyn did the exact same thing. Not only, in my opinion, is it morally wrong to profit from serious situations involving someone's loss of life or terminal illness, but clickbaiting it and filling the description with SEO-friendly tags to make the video do really well made it seem like they were exploiting this serious situation for profit. They received a lot of vocal criticism, including someone called Optimus who released a video called Content Crusade Jalyn. Most of this criticism was warranted, and it did highlight that Jalyn was hypocritical and wasn't showing sincerity and care for the people affected by this serious situation, using it for their own profit. And Jalyn apologized, which was generally a pretty good thing to do. I think their apology was poor, but it showed that they were trying to learn. In their apology, they say they were going to take down the video, and they apologized to the person that the video was about, saying that they didn't mean to profit over the situation. Which is why it was so fucking mind-boggling when they released the same type of video about another serious situation a few hours after the information came out, 2 weeks after their last call out for doing the same thing. Again, as I mentioned in my last video, this is a cycle of behavior. That's why today, because I consider Jalyn to be one of my friends, and because I value their opinion as a content creator, I want to give them my own opinion. I don't want them to be taking this as backstabbing, I don't care to cancel them or anything like that. This is criticism in hopes they'll take it. I believe that being a good friend means not being a yes man. When your friend makes a mistake, you call them out, and so I'm going to call out Jalyn again today. Sadly, I don't really think Jalyn's very good at taking this criticism when you give it to him in private. I've attempted to give similar criticism before, and they don't really tend to listen to it. So I'm making this video today in hopes they listen to it like they listened to the Optimus one, and take my criticism to heart. Final point, this video won't be monetized in any way. I don't care to benefit from this situation, I just want to give my own opinion. Nor do I wish to include any segments that would benefit me personally. And the content creator who lost their life to COVID will be censored the whole way through the video. I don't want to include their name or face or profit from their tragedy in any way. That being said, I don't want to drag out the intro or keep this video too bogged down with negativity, so let's get into the information. It was found out very recently through a family member of a content creator that they'd lost their life to COVID-19 after a long battle with it. Jalyn released a video. And I know some people will mention the fact that this video is a fundraiser, which I do think is a good thing, and I'm not saying all of this video is bad, as there are some good messages in it, but aside the ridiculously clickbait RIP text with 2 photos of the person's face thumbnail, and the 3 ellipses title with "they have passed away," I think it's also good to note this video did have tags on it. Unlike other Jalyn videos though, the description was not filled with SEO keywords to make the video perform better, it was simply just RIP in this person's name. I think it's good they've at least changed their description, but the fact they added these tags to it defeats the whole point of removing the tag-filled description. Now let's get into one of my larger issues with this whole video. It's monetized. Yep. They got called out before for monetizing a video on a serious subject, so they decided to do the same exact fucking thing. It's just thoughtless. They were called out for this and they got so much backlash for it. And while it could be argued that they're donating the revenue to charity, as Optimus criticized them for before, they might not be transparent about the earnings. They're not always just going to constantly check the earnings to donate it to charity. And there's also many other factors that could come to Jalyn still profiting from this video in some way. Which is why me, Optimus, and any other content creator that spoke to Jalyn has suggested just not monetizing the video. Even then, I'd say you shouldn't make a video, especially this quickly, about such a tragic loss. Though I do agree that some people may take that as me being against covering these situations at all, which is not what I'm saying. I think there are circumstances where you can make a video like this. For example, a content creator lost their dad in a tragic way. And ever since then, people have been spamming their dad's name alongside "deserve to die," etc. in people's comment sections. I think at that point, when it's escaping just the tragic event and becoming a situation that's affecting many channels months into the future, I'd understand why you'd release a video discussing it, but otherwise I'd consider it to be semi-exploitative. I'm glad that Jalyn put a fundraiser on this video, but I believe it was more than careless to repeat the same behavior they got called out for doing just weeks prior. It just shows them once again to be a hypocrite, someone that will call out people for doing the exact same thing until they realize they can benefit from it themselves. Having a slow news day doesn't mean you should exploit a tragic event, it just means if you don't have any idea for content, you shouldn't upload that day. And there's no reason to kid ourselves here. They could very easily make videos in a situation that wasn't time-based. There will always be something you can make a video on. But I don't want to keep saying things about their video without even letting you see it, so I'll play you a censored version of it and my reaction to what they say.
The YouTuber has passed away after losing his battle with COVID-19.
As I've already stated, I don't agree with sharing someone's name and using this purely for your own views. I also think it was poor taste to play this happy-go-lucky music in the background of such a tragic event, but that's all up to personal opinion and semantics, so I'm gonna leave that for your own opinion.
Now, back in 2015, Chat got into a lot of controversy when he was exposed by Keemstar, and since then, a lot of the things that he was accused of have been proven false.
I'll be honest, I don't really agree with bringing up their drama as the first thing you say about someone who lost their life. I think starting a video about tragedy and going, they were on drama alert for the controversy around their name. Over time, they dispelled these rumors. I feel like you could have just left that out of the video. It wasn't really necessary. Discussing whether the dead was a bad person before 24 hours has even passed since they died seems in very poor taste.
So I'm not going to be talking about any of that in this video.
I don't know why it was mentioned if you aren't even going to discuss it. It almost seems like you didn't know what to say, so you just throw it in to pad the runtime a little bit.
But after he left the internet for many years, Chat came back in 2019 under the name Tisu, and it really seemed like he was getting his life together, and I was interested in seeing what he was going to be doing in the future when last night I heard the news of his passing. Keemstar posted this screenshot of Chat's sister confirming his passing. There are so many things I could say, but
I don't really think you needed to use Keemstar as the source. You could have just quoted the sister. I might be nitpicking, just seems a little bit unnecessary.
If there's any sort of positive message I can end this video off with is just be safe. A lot of people think that they're invincible, that this virus is not gonna hurt them, that they would survive it. This guy was 36 years old. He was this huge, successful YouTuber, and it got him. So please, just be safe.
I agree with the message. I feel like it's a good message to include in the video, and I don't really have much against this. My main criticisms are with the title and the advertising of the video. A lot of the content is generally relatively fine.
And just remember that life is short and anything can happen, so don't take life for granted. Also, I will be putting a COVID fundraiser on this video, so if you have any spare money that you can donate, please do, because there are many people suffering from this virus right now, and anything that you do donate can help people that are suffering.
I do think it's a good message to end the video on, that people could donate to the charity. There'll be a fundraiser on my video too, over on that side. If you'd like to support the charity, it would be highly appreciated, and it helps save lives.
Rest in peace, sir. I know he made a lot of mistakes, but he has touched the lives of millions of people, and I don't think anyone deserves what happened to him. So yeah, these are just my thoughts on this entire situation.
I think it's a good message for the video overall. The problem is that it's bogged down by the fact that this video was made for self-gain, had tags running on it, and was monetized. I feel like capitalizing upon serious situations to gain viewership, following, and profit is selfish. It takes away from the important messages you're trying to present, and it's careless. I feel like it's hard for anybody to argue against the idea that clickbaiting someone's death is wrong, but the fact they've been called out for it in the past and their hypocrisy when talking about people that were doing the same thing, but then they do that behavior themselves, and then they repeat it again after being called out the prior time, it's no surprise that so many people on Twitter are bashing them. Obviously, Jalyn isn't the worst out of all of these examples. There's people making videos saying that the person who died deserved it, which, again, I guess that's kind of expected. For some reason on the internet, it's just commonplace for people to turn tragedy into a way of laughing at victims and trying to make it the butt of a joke to get some kind of shock points and a vain toxic following. Obviously, those people want attention though, so I'm not gonna name anybody. With that being said, I'm not gonna drag this video out any longer. I hope this video said what I wanted it to. I hope you get what I'm trying to say here. I'll see you next time. Peace.